Hello again, everyone. If you Google the price of black copper, one of the first answers you'll likely see is around 10 billion Vietnamese dong per kilogram. That's roughly 2.5 times the price of a kilogram of 99.99% pure gold, even with gold prices currently sky high. So the big question is, what exactly is this so-called black copper, and why is it so incredibly expensive? Today, Brainpop Universe is going to help you find out. Welcome to Decoding the Mystery of Black Copper, Precious Metal or Media Hoax. According to Wikipedia, black copper, also known as Heparison in some circles, derives from a Greek word meaning liver, referring to the organ. Another name for it is Corinthian Bronze, and it's considered a high-value alloy from ancient times. It's believed to be an alloy of copper with small amounts of gold and silver, about 8% of each. Visually, black copper is characterized by a coating, or patina, that's a deep purplish hue, somewhat like the color of a liver. This explains the origin of its name from the ancient Greek word. Because of its distinctive color, black copper was particularly prized for making statues. Despite its extreme rarity, black copper isn't actually the most expensive type of copper out there. Remember how we mentioned Corinthian bronze earlier? Drop the bronze, and you have Corinthian copper, which is regarded as the priciest copper in existence. In his Natural History, a book of natural philosophy, the 1st century Roman philosopher Pliny the Elder claimed that Corinthian copper had an even higher gold and silver content, making it far more valuable than black copper. Pliny also noted that the methods for creating these two precious alloys had long been lost. The name Corinthian comes from Corinth, an ancient Greek and Roman city-state that existed from around 900 to 146 BC. This is why some scholars propose that Corinthian copper and black copper might have simply been high-value copper alloys crafted in the ancient city of Corinth. Simple as that. Alternatively, there's the idea that Corinthian copper and Corinthian bronze are just catch-all terms for copper alloys, created by mixing copper with precious metals, such as gold and silver, through a specific production process, without necessarily having to originate from Corinth. In an online publication by Cambridge University, the authors mention a Japanese copper alloy called Shakudō, which shares a similar composition and manufacturing process to Corinthian bronze. Shakudō is used in art and decoration. According to Wikipedia, Shakudō consists of 90 to 96% copper, with the remainder being gold. Depending on the treatment and artistic intention, Shakudō can appear black, dark blue, bronze, copper-colored, or even lacquer-like. When we shift our focus to the east, specifically Vietnam, the concept of black copper takes on a significantly different form, even acquiring a sort of mystical, supernatural aura. According to several articles that Brainpop Universe has found, black copper is rumored to disrupt cell phone signals and cause car engines to stall. There are also stories about a pair of incense burners in Thailand or Cambodia that were priced at 400 billion Vietnamese dong. Perhaps people divided that price by the weight to arrive at the figure of 10 billion Vietnamese dong per kilogram. If that's the case, then the price is really just a point of reference. After all, a 100-kilogram wooden statue priced at 100 billion Vietnamese dong doesn't automatically mean that a single kilogram of wood cut from that statue is worth 1 billion Vietnamese dong. 100 kilograms of wood is only worth 100 billion Vietnamese dong when it is a unified block, carved into the shape of a statue, and marketed well enough to find the right buyer who's willing to pay. According to the same articles, European and American traders were allegedly seeking black copper to make nuclear weapons. At least that is, nuclear weapons or atomic bombs, even though those terms are basically interchangeable. At this point, Brainpop Universe is completely speechless. We're speechless because the author of the article doesn't seem to really understand what they're talking about. If you've seen Brainpop Universe's video on nuclear weapons, You'll remember that a nuclear weapon's power comes either from a fission reaction, a fission bomb, or from both fission and fusion reactions, a thermonuclear bomb. The fuel for nuclear bombs is typically uranium-235 or plutonium-239 for the fission reaction, and deuterium, tritium, or lithium-6 for the fusion reaction. Uranium-235 and plutonium-239 are chosen for fission reactions because they're radioactive isotopes that can decay naturally. More importantly, they can sustain a chain reaction, releasing a tremendous amount of energy. Similarly, deuterium, tritium, and lithium-6 are used to create thermonuclear bombs because they readily participate in nuclear fusion reactions and release energy. There is absolutely no evidence to suggest that black copper is a radioactive compound. Even inside a star, performing nuclear fusion using copper is a pretty boneheaded idea. So, the notion of European and American traders hunting for black copper to build nuclear weapons is clearly a figment of the author's imagination. The idea that black copper is sought after by NASA, purchased by NASA for millions of dollars, or used in various industries such as aerospace, radar manufacturing, and the creation of expensive materials for airplanes and warships is equally fictitious. Later in the article, the author proposes that black copper is actually made up of fragments of meteorites that have fallen to Earth from space, which is why it's sometimes called black copper meteorite. The author even claims to know that a particular black copper meteorite streaked from Vietnam to Laos, across Thailand, and eventually crashed in Myanmar, also known as Burma. Therefore, black copper meteorite can only be found on that specific path. However, the author conveniently forgets to mention where that path actually is. Cut it out. Brainpop Universe isn't sure if the author of this article works at NASA or is involved in the aerospace industry. But it's pretty sure they don't. Because if they did, they would know that, first of all, a meteoroid is the term used to describe a small asteroid while it's still flying through space. When it enters the Earth's atmosphere and burns up, it becomes visible and is called a meteor. If it survives the trip and actually lands on Earth, it's called a meteorite. Meteorites primarily come in three types. One type consists mainly of rock. This is the most common type, accounting for over 95% of all meteorites found on Earth. Another type is iron meteorites, which contain mainly iron and nickel. The last type contains rock, iron, and nickel. Scientists have never found a meteorite composed primarily of copper, let alone copper alloyed with gold and silver. We have, however, seen several cases of people using black painted clay to imitate black copper meteorites in order to scam others out of billions of Vietnamese dong, then heading off to a monastery. So, now we have a fairly comprehensive view of black copper in Vietnam. Therefore, we don't need to list or analyze the other absurd qualities attributed to the Vietnamese version of black copper, such as expanding when cold, cracking glass, extinguishing fire, floating in water despite being heavier than steel, changing the color of real gold, or causing fatigue upon touch. All of these are just conjuring tricks, schemes, and scams devised by fraudsters to swindle money from wealthy individuals who have a penchant for collecting strange and rare items. The People's Public Security newspaper has published a detailed article about these scams, which you can read if you are so inclined. To sum things up, first, black copper, Heparison, or Corinthian bronze, is a precious alloy of copper that seems to have originated in the city-state of Corinth in ancient Greece and Rome, around 2,400 years ago. The specific composition and methods used to create this alloy appear to have been lost to time. Considering the timeline of human civilization, Corinthian bronze emerged when the Iron Age had already been underway in Europe for several centuries. Therefore, it's not too surprising that this alloy was lost, as iron and its alloys proved to be superior and gradually replaced copper and its variants, including Corinthian bronze. In Vietnam, black copper is a rather nebulous concept. It's unclear whether Vietnamese black copper and Western black copper are the same, or if it even refers to any type of copper with a black color. Many black copper statues and incense burners in Vietnam are rumored to be made of black copper. Some are simply blackened by smoke, similar to how old pots and pans become blackened from soot. For these types of black copper, the original copper color can be revealed by simply scraping off the outer layer. Others are black due to the effects of weather and time. Still others are black due to their composition and manufacturing process. In general, the descriptions of black copper and the extraordinary abilities of this treasure are mainly based on folk rumors, hearsay, and embellishments intended for a specific purpose, and most of them have already been debunked above. No one is saying that black copper doesn't exist, but the black copper, with all its unscientific powers and a price tag of tens of billions of Vietnamese dong per kilogram, sounds like nothing more than an expensive hoax. You have just watched the Brainpop Universe video, Decoding the Mystery of Black Copper, Precious Metal, or Media Hoax. Let me know what you think in the comments below. What are your thoughts on black copper? If you enjoyed this video, remember to like and share it widely. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any content from Brainpop Universe. And now, goodbye and see you next time.